There's just something about the Google Pixel phones that people love and enjoy. Maybe it's the implementation of how Android works with the Pixel. Maybe it's the cameras, and oh boy, they are great. Or maybe it's just a Pixel specific feature such as what's playing, which tells you the name of the song that your Pixel hears in your surrounding areas. Whatever the answer is, how has the Pixel 6 held up 7 months later? How a phone holds up over time is such an odd question in today's reality because, as we all know, whenever a phone first comes out, the new software that's on the phone is usually filled with bugs, and oh boy, we did see a lot of bugs with the Google Pixel 6 when it first came out. Those bugs could be something as simple as the keyboard freezing for a second or two, as some reported. Other bugs could be as annoying as the battery draining at record speed, or the screen's refresh rate sticking to 60 Hz instead of going up to 90 Hz like what it's supposed to do. Thankfully, software updates did happen and now the phone is behaving like it was supposed to 7 months ago. I rarely experience any crashes or anything out of the ordinary. The phone behaves as smoothly and as steady as other phones that I own. When it comes down to camera performance, there have been updates to that as well. At least from what I'm seeing, I don't see any drastic changes, but maybe that's for the better. The camera systems and algorithms on the Google Pixel 6 is just out of this world. It truly is a camera that you can take anywhere and be completely satisfied with the photos, whether it's from the daytime or the nighttime. Of course, I do wish the Google Pixel 6 did have a telephoto camera because ever since the S22 Ultra came out, I've been using the telephoto camera a lot because of how great it is for reaching and getting an insane amount of angles just from one phone. The one thing I have to congratulate Google on is focusing their camera systems to be more appropriate for people with darker skin. But even for me, someone who's whiter than white, using the Pixel 6 Pro, it shows skin colors much more accurately and more true to life than past Google phones. And that's something that definitely needs to be praised because even phones from Samsung, such as the S22 Ultra, it still doesn't get skin complexions as accurate as the Pixel 6 series. Video processing of the Pixel has also gotten better with updates, it seems like. There are no weird overheating bugs that I noticed, or any video that randomly stutters on certain frames. When it comes down to video quality over the months, I don't have any complaints and it honestly looks fantastic. So what do you guys think about the Pixel 6 camera performance? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Let me know down below because it'll also help people that are going to be potentially buying the Pixel as the days and weeks and months go on. And if you guys are enjoying today's video, I will definitely appreciate you guys leaving me a thumbs up because it helps the video and channel out quite a bit, and I truly appreciate it. Remember how I said Google's software is something that makes people go back to the Pixel phones? Well, the speech detection is definitely something I miss whenever I go to another phone because it's so accurate. And you can talk normally without trying to sound like a robot for the phone to understand you. It even gets punctuation correct most of the time. But best of all, it works even when you don't have any service. It happens on device. One disappointment I have with the Pixel 6 is that there's been many rumors, basically confirmed, that the Pixel 6 Pro will have Face Unlock, but not the Pixel 6. And that makes no sense. The front-facing cameras are basically the same. There's no hardware differences. In fact, the only difference is that the Pixel 6 Pro uses an 11 megapixel camera, whereas on the Pixel 6, it has an 8 megapixel camera. But aside from that, there's no hardware differences. There's no IR sensor, there's no 3D sensors, nothing. So I'm not really sure how I feel about Google, handicapping a phone that is certainly capable of doing what it's supposed to do. Not only is that anti-consumerism, but that's also just kind of annoying. If we take a look back on the 2022 iPhone SE, it uses the same A15 Bionic as the iPhone 13s, but it doesn't have night mode. And that's certainly annoying because everyone knows it is capable of it. On the flip side, Google is focusing hard on building their ecosystem, and the proof of that is what we just saw in this past Google I/O event. With the upcoming Pixel Watch and the upcoming Pixel tablet, the Pixel experience and in general the Google experience will slowly build to something great, and that is something I just simply cannot wait for. I see what Google's future is with their algorithms. Like for example, what they showed at the Google I/O event, you can take your Pixel, you can point it at a bunch of products at the store and see in real time the rating of the product, the reviews of the product, all in real time. as you're taking a picture, actually it takes multiple pictures of the entire shelf, and then you can see the ratings of the products that you took a photo of. I mean, that's truly something that I've never seen before, at least not when it comes to a first-party product. And also the ability to just translate text quickly for those that are maybe traveling or just learning a new language. Or the ability to use the next iteration of Magic Eraser to change the color of unimportant objects in a photo to make them blend in more with the background so the actual subjects of the photo stand out and pop more. I feel like the Pixel is a product of Google's software, not the other way around. So as Google's software and Google's algorithm gets better over time, well, so will the Pixel. The Pixel will learn from Google's software. On the hardware side of things, this phone and the Pro model have something that Google hasn't done before, the Tensor chip. And it's also the first iteration of the Tensor chip, so I don't expect it to be the best thing ever, because the first iteration of anything is rarely the best. So do I recommend buying the Pixel 6? I think if you can find it at a fairly good price, and I'm checking eBay right now, I'm seeing some for $390, I'm seeing some for $420. If you can find it at that price, I suggest, yeah, go for it. It's basically a finished product, and I'm running Android 13 Beta 2 on it, and it's still really good and really smooth. I don't have any issues with it. But just so you know, the Pixel 7 is basically right around the corner. I mean, we're talking about less than 6 months away. I mean, hopefully, supply chain issues and all the stuff going on, who really knows, but it's on track to be coming out in less than 6 months, basically, less than half a year. So that kind of depends up to you. Do you want to wait for the Pixel 7 or do you want to go out and buy the Pixel 6? I would suggest waiting for the Pixel 7, but I just don't know what the Tensor 2 will bring, how much of an improvement the Tensor 2 will bring, what software locks that the Pixel 7 will have that the Pixel 6 won't have. There's just too many questions that are left unanswered for me to say, yes, definitely go out and buy the Pixel 6, don't wait for the 7, or wait for the 7, don't buy the Pixel 6. It's too hard to tell, but maybe as we get more information as time goes on and we get more information on the Pixel 7, I will be able to make that judgment call, but as of yet, I cannot. So to summarize, Google, thank you for pushing out updates to the Pixel 6. It is now behaving the way it was supposed to 7 months ago. I'm hardly getting any crashes, camera performance got much better, video performance got better, less stutters, and the overall stability of the phone is now performing the way it's supposed to perform. No bugs, no crashes, just good user experience. So what do you guys think about the Google Pixel 6? Are you guys getting any bugs that I didn't mention in this video? If you are, do leave them down below, because not only will it help me further understand what's going on in the Pixel world, but it'll also help other people reading your comment, and maybe after they read your comment, they won't want to buy the Pixel anymore. Or maybe they'll want to buy it even more. Who knows? I guess there's only one way to find out. And again, if you guys enjoyed today's video, I would definitely appreciate a thumbs up. It costs nothing to you, but it helps me tremendously. And if you are new here, consider subscribing. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.